Hi, my name is HannahYamoutiPersuasiveSpeech, and I'm doing my persuasive speech on organ donation. In my audience, I have Shay Roper, Delaney Ferris, and Jalen Martin. Each day, a person or several people in America and in other parts of the globe, even Greensboro, will be dead. Not because they may have been in a car accident, maybe not because they were murdered, but because they couldn't get a life-saving organ transplant in time. Have you ever had to wait for something you were in dire need of and you couldn't receive it? Put yourself in the shoes of those who are so sick. People like us are the only ones able to save them. I'm credible to speak about this topic because I did a lot of research upon organ donation, and also because I am an organ donor myself. I have also gathered a lot of information from my mother, which is who I interviewed. She stated to me that our religion, among many others, does support organ donation, and if you are unsure if your support system, then you can speak with your own religious leader. I was also informed that she was only 19 years old when she became an organ donor. However, others are able to make this decision when they are 18. Lastly, I learned during this interview that it is completely confidential information. In the world, the need is constantly growing for organ donors, and it is so simple to become an organ donor. There are so many people in the world who would give anything for a second chance at life. And we are the only ones capable of making this happen. Today I would like to talk about the need for organ donors, how you can become an organ donor, and how your family and your organ donor recipients benefit from your own donation. Organ donation is such a magical and wonderful thing that everyone needs to be made more aware of, and I hope by the end of this presentation you feel the same way too. I will begin by telling you first about the need for organ donors. People around the world, and even here in the city of Greensboro, need our help. The problem with this is that there is a lack of organ and organ donors who make an organ transplant possible. Research has documented that there are over 23,000 plus patients that are waiting for the organ transplant. These transplants cover liver transplant, kidney transplant, heart and lung transplantation, and so on. Studies report that there are less than 50% of patients that receive the organ transplantation that they need every year. Every 16 minutes, another name is added to the waiting list, according to the Coalition on Donation website. LifeGift states that there are currently over 53,000 people on the waiting for organs in the United States. Technology in transplantation has advanced so much in the past year that it is no longer identified as experimental, but it is now accepted treatment for certain end-stage diseases. So how can you make sure your organs are donated after you die? The Coalition on Donation website informs readers that one donor can help more than 50 people. The Organ and Tissue Donation Initiative says that as a donated kidney can free 2 people from dialysis. Your heart could actually beat for someone else's, and your own 2 eyes could give sight to different people. Organs are given to people who have the best chance of survival, as well as those who need them the most. As organs become available, clinics consider the blood type, body size, medical urgency, time waited, and the location of distribution. There are so many different factors that go into who actually receives an organ, such as race, gender, age, and celebrity status is never looked upon. The criteria is enforced by the United Network for Organ Sharing National Rules. Organ donation is such an important aspect of life, and everyone should be educated on how to become a donor to save someone's. With recent advances in medicine, almost anything can be transplanted to anyone. Organ donation can actually benefit both the donor's family and the recipient. If you donate your organs, the people who receive your organs will be offered an amazing second chance. Sources document that organ donation can save as much as 100 lives in just 1 month. All doctors encourage everyone to speak and to really sit down with their own loved ones and talk over this decision. Hash out all the negatives and replace them with all the positives before you can make a decision to save someone's life. To be a donor, you can accomplish so by renewing your license and also by signing a uniform donor card. This donor card serves as a reminder to your family and medical staff that if you have chosen this option. Now I'm going to show you a video about organ donation.
Our daughter Julianne needed a new heart.
When she was just 3 months old, she received a new heart and will be forever grateful. When you become an organ donor, you not only save the life of the recipient, but you also transform the lives of the people around them.
You never know what life can throw at you.
That's why we're asking you to consider becoming an organ donor.
You can change a life like Julianne's.
I chose Juliana's video because of its heartwarming effect and message that I received. Juliana is a child who is in need of a heart, and because her donor became a donor, she was able for the second chance that many people like us and others aren't granted because of the scarcity of donors. Many people don't look at these types of situations in this light because of 9 times out of 10 when they can't get over a loved one passing because of this life, it's a second chance for someone else. Organ donation should be looked at as not only death but as a second chance. Today I've discussed with you why I believe it is so vital for you all to become an organ donor. There's a huge need for organs for those who truly do need it. It's amazing that almost any organ can be transplanted to anyone, and most organs can be used for more than just one person. There are so many different ways of making sure that your organs are donated after you die if you choose this is the best option for yourself, like I have. In a perfect and ideal world, every patient that is in desperate need of a life-saving organ would receive one. It is my wish that every person agreed to become an organ donor and help save someone else's life. Organ donation should be looked at like a second chance. It's in our hands now.